Hello, this is Mark Lovett, the former CEO of a company that builds rugged computer systems for industrial applications. Now a business strategy consultant, Mark spends the majority of his time promoting global patriotism. You can visit his blog at globalpatriot.com. Mark, what does it mean to be a global patriot?
One of the common taglines that I use with Global Patriot is patriotism without borders. And so to be a global patriot simply means to be dedicated to the planet, to really have your enthusiasm directed towards what is best for the entire globe, not just a subsection.
Where did this idea come from?
Well, I wrote a novel 5-6 years ago, and part of the plot line in this novel was that the hero is faced with a dilemma to either support the actions of his country or to do what he felt was probably best in the interest of the planet. And you can probably guess which way the plot went in the book, but while I was writing those passages, I wrote down the phrase global patriot, and it's kind of been sitting in the back of my mind all this time, waiting for me to have the opportunity to bring it forward.
I like the idea very much. Well, what made you decide to start spreading the message of global patriotism?
Well, like I said, it had always been in the background, but after I finished the book, I had become president and CEO of a new company and worked on that for about 4 or 5 years. And it's when I left that company that Global Patriot really started to gnaw at me, you might say. And I talked to a graphic designer about doing some work on my consulting company, and the conversation led into Global Patriot and blogging. And he said, why don't you just do this? So I investigated all the blogging software and had him design graphics for me and just decided to dive into it with both feet.
What are you trying to accomplish then with the Global Patriot blog?
I really want to spread the message of patriotism without borders. A very common phrase is one planet, one people. That we all need to act as one family in order to solve the great problems that we're facing right now. We have poverty, and we have hunger, and we have warfare, we have climate change. There's just a number of challenges that I don't believe can be solved by either a government or by corporate America. It's going to take all of us as global citizens to solve these problems.
Now, in addition to your blog, are you also building awareness on social media sites?
Yes, and that's really been both a lot of fun as well as a challenge. I have a presence on StumbleUpon, but the big adjunct to my blog has turned out to be Twitter. And I now have a couple thousand people following me, and a lot of those have become evangelists for my message. And they'll send me a note that says, whatever you want me to do, let me know, I'm there to help you. Not a day goes by I don't get maybe one message where somebody says, patriotism without borders, love the idea, how can I help? So I've been very excited by that.
Well, what does the future hold for global patriotism?
Well, that's a good question. I've talked to a number of people, and I have a long list of potential things that could happen. I want to keep blogging, obviously. Some people have suggested that I conduct a conference, a Global Patriot conference, to try to bring some of the leading speakers of the world together, as well as a lot of attendees, to start talking about these issues of how we can tackle these problems collectively. I would like to engage college campuses, and in fact I'm working on a program right now to kind of work with the entrepreneurs in college to focus some of their direction on the nonprofit sector instead of only the commercialization of their ideas. So I have a lot of things that I hope come to fruition.
Are you looking to change the mindset of people or to get certain structures in place, governmentally speaking, or what exactly would this look like in your ideal view?
I think it starts with the mindset, because once people understand that what they do on their own level has a rippling effect around the globe, that people start acting differently. Maybe it's being nicer to people, maybe it's joining a cause, or donating to charity, or recycling, or buying a more fuel-efficient car. There's really so many things that we can do on our own that in turn I think will affect corporate policy as well as government policy. There are times when government needs to step in, but I tend to feel that when the people do it on their own, it gets done better and faster, more efficiently, and people's heart is really in the right place. The last thing that a lot of people like to do is simply to follow a government mandate. Well, I think we can turn the system on its head, and we can start setting the agenda from the bottom up instead of the top down.
Well, that's really terrific. I appreciate you spending time with me today, and for more information and lots more details, people can go to your blog. That's globalpatriot.com. Thank you very much, Mark.
I was going to say they can follow me on Twitter, too, at Global Patriot.
Yes, that's how I met you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's become a really great meeting place.
Well, thanks so much. I appreciate it, and we'll get this up and running.
Great. Thank you, Phil.
Bye-bye.